If a tree falls in a forest and there's no one around to hear it, does it make any sound? You can make a plausible argument that sound, which is the propagation of waves through the air that transmit vibrations, exists regardless of whether there's a detector or not. However, if you rephrase it as, if a tree falls in a forest, does it make any noise? You can have a definitive answer, because noise is always defined in terms of disruption. The first noise begins or exists when there is an organism capable of being disrupted from its task. So noise is a redirection away from one thing and to another thing. Sound is the much more general term. So we're living in a world awash with sound, unfortunately, also in a world now in which noise prevails.
Maybe it'd be an interesting thing to go to a strange city, a strange place, and even a place like the desert, a place that isn't filled with people, and allow yourself to get lost and to wander. But we don't get many opportunities to hear what's going on inside of us when we're genuinely lost or genuinely don't know where we are or where we're going or how to get back to where we want to be, and can really appreciate that moment. We tend to either panic and do whatever we can to find our way out of the desert back to civilization, or we find a way to maybe placate ourselves and avoid that panic of being lost. We don't take the opportunity to really get lost, to go into that figurative desert and say, I don't know how I'm going to get out of this situation. But the silence in those situations, the lack of audio stimuli, give us the opportunity to go inside and think in ways that we can't do when we walk around the world always with a destination in mind. And it's something we all do from our waking moment to our head hits the pillow at night. There are very few occasions where we just move about aimlessly in the world, listening.
What I'm encouraging people is to keep a sound diary. So as you walk, kind of keep a notebook with you in which you jot down the sounds that please you or that provoke a response. We're so saturated, though, with noise in contemporary life, in cities. In fact, it's very hard to find places on Earth that are truly quiet anymore without any disruptive intrusion of noise. So what's the solution? One of the solutions the body has already invented. We habituate to sound. We habituate to noise. We don't even hear things anymore. There is a sort of quietness that is not precisely silence, but it's characterized by an absence of noise. Avoesis comes from the Greek voi, for noise, avoesis then being the absence of noise.
Silence, I think, is our ability to attend to what it is we want to hear and to filter out what we don't want to hear, for better or worse. We can kind of use our own tools of perception to create silence and to notice silence and to treat silence as something we can step into and not just simply have to be subject to. We say, I can't even hear myself think. It's a very profound, I think we underestimate just how profound that statement is. I can't even hear myself think. Do we hear ourselves think? That desert metaphor has so many implications for us. When Jesus goes into the desert, there's that surrender of fear and anxiety about being in comfortable, known surroundings. There's that opportunity to hear the inner voice, whatever is generating it, be it your own fears and anxieties or be it God speaking to you. There's an opportunity to do so much if we just allow ourselves to get lost sometimes. And our world is constructed in a way where we never have to get lost. Or if we do get lost, there are easy solutions. We've forgotten what it's like to be lost and to experience what that means.